Look at all these beautiful people. Must be some kind of ancestral gallery. They don't seem to have many booking. This leads to the room. Now look at all these fishing rods.
You can borrow one if you like. They have a tendency to get...
Pawn? You mean... Now look at all these fishing rods.
You can borrow one if you like. They have a tendency...
Pawn? You mean deposit? Locked.
Please don't stand there.
Excuse me. Didn't mean to. What?
Never seen a TV before?
Coming up next, a new episode of...
With a TV set, you can take journeys to other worlds. Now that I think of it, are you from another world as well?
Not specifically. My name is Hans. I just...
Hey Hans, I'm Leni. My mom owns the place.
70,000 light years from home, the rocket ship has stranded in star system Omega.
Is Berlin also in star system Omega 3?
Berlin is located right in the middle of Brandenburg, so it is worlds apart.
Brandenburg? Never heard of it.
Star Cybernetation Commander Aurora is searching for a way back home.
And what do you do for a living? Are you a famous cybernetician?
I'm a quantum physicist.
And what? Anyways, I'm going to be a star cybernetician.
Only Commander Aurora can disintegrate the even rulings into thin...
So, do you Berlinalians have any special powers? Can you make things disappear?
No, that's not even possible.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, that's not even possible.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it...
No.
Yes, it...
No, it isn't.
Yes, it...
No, it...
Yes, it...
Yes, it is.
See? I told you so.
Stay tuned, folks. We will be right back after...
My uncle knew how to make things I also know where, but I mustn't tell anyone on Earth.
So...
There's only one thing. Can you prove you're not on Earth?
I'll think of something. She seems... Hey... She's almost in a... This can must... It might be able to support a glass of beer, but not this table. Actually, it just needs one more mew. My father used to say, the only thing more stable than a beer coaster, and I think I finally understand. Good morning.
Morning, Miss.
I noticed something.
Speak your mind.
That door over there has...
That's the door to the cellar, where my brother built his. No one has taken any interest. He just took the key with him. Anything else I can do for you?
Have you talked to the police?
I gave the officer. It's only going to be a match.
What do you mean?
The police station is right next town. But as we have to be patient. As soon as the inspector has solved his current case,
Keep me up to date.
I will let you know if there are any new developments.
About the cable car.
Sure. What?
Would you wrap up the whole...
The cable car leads up. It used their...
I've heard enough.
Anything else?
I'll be leaving then.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Tenhauser. By the way, the buffet is open.
Modern cuisine. Garnished with spike resembling... Looks a bit shabby. I'll save you, my little friend. I don't want to take this with me. But I love cheese. I don't want to take this with me. Modern cuisine. A lump of mince garnished with spice. Looks a bit shabby. Hey, she's almost in a trance. Locked. Before you even know, I hope this isn't a bad... not tired. Maybe somebody hid their... Empty. The antenna provides TV reception for the...
Hey, mister!
The antenna provides TV reception for the guest house.
Hey, mister!
Fresh air is still the preferable way to... Fresh air is still the preferable way to dry your laundry. In my old flat share, we used to throw the... I promise not to do that in... I'd rather not disturb the little one. Science fiction. Something involving spaceships.
Hey, mister!
Excuse me, didn't mean to. Now look at all these...
You can borrow one if they have attendance.
Pawn? You mean... The time traveling complete. There's a selection of vertebrae. There's a selection of local shops. Wooden fences always... Its heydays are over. That's some sturdy. A beautiful, healthy tree.
Aker soidu platen.
Am I expected to just use my hands to hold it in the water? Subject: species reintroduction. No, Han. That's not how it works. Hi.
Hey.
About the cable car.
Question?
We need the master key. Why don't you take a look around town? Anything?
Yes, I was.
About the cable car.
What was the problem with...
We have to fix the high voltage. If you touch it, it will fry your synapses. Anything else I can help?
No, thanks.
Good, I'll try to... Something's jammed there.
It's glowing red. Locked. I'm sure this will take us up the mountain.
You're a funny man, Tanner.
Hi.
Hey.
So, how...
The day before yesterday. And just saying, the public transportation around here...
Why TRUBERBROOK of all? It's hard to find, but I'm not from these parts after all.
I've been trying to pinpoint the exact... And when I finally found... The people around here are nice.
Now that you mention it,
Tell me about yourself.
what would you like to know?
So you're from the States, huh?
The United States of America.
Woodinville, Washington. Seattle, the rainy jewel of the Northwest.
Oh, yes, I know the place.
You've been to the States?
Yes, once. That was a few years back. Actually, I had come to New York to attend a con, but then I got acquainted with some folks there and stayed a while longer.
A while longer? In New...
Not the whole time, no. Took a little road trip. Boston, Waterville, all the way up to Moosehead Lake, Mount Catherine, and so on. Then, Canada and the Midwest. Montreal, Toronto, Detroit, Chicago. On and on. Then Washington State. Sort of got stuck there. Oregon, down to San Francisco. Ah, those were the days.
Wow. You must have passed through Seattle on the way then.
Yes, maybe. And that's where you study?
No, I studied on the East Coast. The Cornell, Ithaca, under Dr. Schrodinger. Have you heard of him?
Ah, of course. Now I understand why you're on exchange in Germany.
Exchange? No, it's more of a coincidence. I won the trip.
You won?
Don't ask me. I've never taken part in any lottery.
Interesting. Uh-huh. So.
There's a clothesline up there. Small ads, postings, announcements. They're holding a town fair tonight with a band and a raffle. Exciting. Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
Are you all right?
Please don't ask. I can't even savor my cognac as long as this terrible table keeps on wobbling. What's this? The table stopped wobbling? Oh, thank you so very much. I was hardly able to focus on anything else but this cursed wobblery.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir?
Are you feeling any better now that the table isn't wobbling anymore?
Thank you for asking. But joy? What does it even mean? My life lost most of its joy since Klaus disappeared.
Who is Claus?
Klaus is my tomcat, an angel of an animal. He was the only one to always remain by my side. But now, he's vanished, without a trace. Everything in this world is going down the drain. Mark my words.
Maybe he just went for a stroll.
I don't know. Claus was always faithful and stood by my side. Then he just disappeared without a trace. You can't rely on anything in this world anymore. Let me tell you. It's just awful.
Could you tell me something about the cable car in this town?
Don't bring up the old cable car. I don't even want to think about it.
Any news about Claus?
Nothing.
You've got yourself a nice spot here.
The name is Baron Otto Titan von TRUBERBROOK.
Tannhauser, pleased to meet you.
Please, come over. Don't waste the opportunity to put up with the company of a lonely, broken old man.
Are you from around these parts?
You may very well say so. I put all my life's work into the well-being and prosperity of TRUBERBROOK. I once was the owner of both, the mines and the cable car. That's all history now.
What kind of a strange place is this?
Well, you should know. This used to be one of the most beautiful spots on the face of the planet. The fair and the fortunate came here for treatment. Travelers and tourists of all fashion. Citizens that weren't occupied in the tourism business found work in the mines. But it's all over now.
Do you have any friends or family?
My spouse left me for good, and my beloved TRUBERBROOK is slowly going down the drain. Only Claus remained loyal to me all these years. Alas, now even he has disappeared.
Do you still have the key to the old cable car, by any chance?
Please excuse me, but I need to be on my own now. I need some rest to mourn for Claus.
So what's with the cable car?
I used to own the cable car. In fact, the whole mine. Everything was taken away from me. Those maniacs destroyed everything. The cable car, the mine, the whole village.
Please, go on.
More and more outsiders came to town. What they were actually up to in the mine, no one knows for certain. But after a few years of quick profits, they shut down the place and closed the cable car all together in one go. Just think of it. This was my life's work. They closed down the mines, drove away the people, and turned a once flourishing community into a ghost town.
Who are these maniacs you're referring to?
The Millennium Cooperative, a multinational conglomerate of enterprises. Ruthless and unscrupulous. They leave us little family businesses with next to nothing.
What do you mean they destroyed everything?
First, they stripped me of the mine. Then, more and more dubious eggheads and foreign workers started pouring into town, driving visitors away with their gigantic machines.
You ran a mining business?
Well, but yes. I am the Baron von Zölz, entrepreneur and mining engineer in the third generation, district mayor of TRUBERBROOK Zölz and TRUBERBROOK Düssel, assistant secretary to the municipal council, patron of TRUBERBROOK and the arts, well known beyond the borders of this country.
These must have been difficult times for you.
I appreciate your concern.
Would you mind lending me the key to the old cable car?
The cable car, the cable car! What do you want with it? There's nothing worthwhile up there. Don't bother me with your mumbo-jumbo, will ya? My faithful cat Claus has abandoned me. That's all I can think of right now.
Please excuse me.
I have to insert a coin first. I don't want to cover up these people's works of art. Looks like it still looks in good condition, though. Looks like it was struck by lightning the other night. Still looks in good condition, though. I don't want to cover up these people's works of art. There's a selection of local charcuterie on display. Würstebrei, Stippgrütze, Schlagte Platte, Pathoke, Tote Oma. It won't be this easy getting close to it. Oh my. It looks desperate. Good idea. Now I only need something to sedate the little fella. A beautiful, healthy tree. Acersoidu platanus. This soft as a feather. Good idea. Now I only need something to... It won't be this easy getting close to it. I put a nice fluffy blanket over the top of that rowboat. A beautiful, healthy tree. Acersoidu platanus, the sycamore maple. Brr, looks cold. There's a select vertebra.
Good morning.
Any news about...
Nothing.
Please excuse me. Now look at all these fishing rods.
You can borrow one. They have a tendency to get lost.
Pawn? You mean...
Please ring bell for sir. We only serve small pots of coffee outside the restaurant. I don't want to take this with me. Modern cuisine. A lump of minced meat in the shape garnished with...
Looks a bit shabby.
I'd rather not disturb the little one. This muddle of spots and telling more about the room's... Maybe somebody hid their money in... Maybe somebody hid their money... Hanging dead animals on your wall.
Hey, mister! Hey, mister!
Fresh air is still the preferable way.
Good morning.
Morning, Miss...
About the cable.
Sure.
Do you have an idea what became of the Baron's cat?
After he had lost the mine, the cable car, and his wife, all that remained was a kitten. If you ask me, it was probably a bit too much for the poor creature.
What was it again that happened?
After he had lost the mine, if you ask me,
I've heard enough.
anything else I can do for you?
About the cable car.
Sure. What else do you want?
I've heard enough.
Anything else?
I'll be leaving then.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Taylor.
Would this be an adequate deposit for the fishing rod?
I'm afraid not. It should be something that attracts attention but has no real importance. Something you can do without while you are on fishing tour. Oh, thanks. For me?
Does this device suffice as a deposit in exchange for the fishing rod?
Yes. Feel free to leave it here.
Yes, that sounds like a good deal.
Just be sure to bring it back, will you?